Hello, thank you for joining. I've been looking in John chapter 3, verses 22 through to the end of chapter 3. After this, Jesus and his disciples went on into the Judean countryside, where he spent some time with them and baptized. Now John also was baptizing at Enon and near Salem, because there was plenty of water, and people were constantly coming to be baptized. This was before John was put in prison. An argument developed between some of John's disciples and a certain Jew over the matter of ceremonial washing. They came to John and said to him, "Rabbi, that man who was with you on the other side of the Jordan, the one you testified about, well, he is baptizing and everybody's going to him." To this John replied, "A man can only receive what is given to him from heaven. You yourselves can testify that I said, I am not the Christ, but am sent ahead of him. The bride belongs to the bridegroom. The friend who attends the bridegroom waits and listens for him, and is full of joy when he hears the bridegroom's voice. The joy is mine, and it is now complete. He must become greater. I must become less. The one who comes from above is above all. The one who is from the earth belongs to the earth and speaks as one from the earth. The one who comes from heaven is above all. He testifies to what he has seen and heard, but no one accepts his testimony. The man who has accepted it has certified that God is truthful. For the one whom God has sent speaks the words of God. For God gives the Spirit without limit. The Father loves the Son and has placed everything in his hands. Whoever believes in the Son has eternal life, but whoever rejects the Son will not see life, for God's wrath remains on him." So the sort of relationship between John the Baptist and Jesus is so important, isn't it, throughout the Gospels. And John, the forerunner in life and death, maybe. I mean, this passage here in verse 24 refers to John being put in prison. And some ways we could see John's own demise, as being a precursor for crucifixion. But John knows who he is, and John knows who Jesus is. And it interests me, this passage, because there's a tendency, isn't there, in people generally to be protective of what powers they think they have, what authority they think they have. And people generally don't like playing second fiddle, do they, to use an expression. They want to be the big thing, don't they? That's a sort of human failing, isn't it? It leads to all sorts of problems. But John doesn't fall into this trap. He knows who he is, and he knows Jesus is. So when someone comes to him and said, "Rabbi, that man who was with you on the other side of the Jordan, he is baptized and everyone's going to him," almost as though they're saying to John, "We can't be having that. I mean, this other person, he's people are going there." But John replies, really with the truth, as he says in response, "A man can receive only what is given him from heaven." And John knows that where he stands, where Jesus stands. The friend who attends the bridegroom waits and listens for him and is full of joy when he hears his bridegroom's voice. There's no pride in John, is there? There's no sense of, this person's stealing my thunder. The one who comes from heaven is above all, and the one who is from the earth belongs to the earth. And so it maybe makes us reflect on moments of pride that we sometimes have, perhaps recognizing, that humility isn't there too, and a reality to John's response to this entreaty from somebody about what's going on, people going to Jesus to be baptized. Knowing our place, humility, recognizing that Jesus is above all, is really the keystone, isn't it, of the Christian faith, and one that we would do well to reflect on and remember. And this passage perhaps is ideal for leading us to do that.